I'm back. God, it was a long week under that desk. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the channel. I'm Dan and our xTwoShoes. And yeah, I was gone for a week. The last video I made was about burnout and needing a break, so I decided to take my own advice. But now we are back to weekly uploads as of today. I'm rested, I'm recharged, and I'm ready to go. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some like marketing, promo, incentive things that streamers do that just don't work, in my opinion. And I'm going to tell you why they don't work and maybe give you some tips for other stuff you could do. But before we get into all that good stuff, I would like to do some other good stuff and thank the wonderful sponsors of today's video, Own Pro. If you have not seen Own Pro yet, you are missing out. Own Pro is an all-in-one plugin for OBS that manages all your streamer needs without ever leaving OBS. It is absolutely unbelievable. Using Own Pro, you can literally handle everything you'll need to handle as a streamer, all within OBS. Things like your alerts, your starting soon screens, your B or B screens, cam borders, even royalty-free music, and way more. There's a reason why so many streamers are swapping over to something like Own Pro, because it's so easy to manage things inside OBS instead of having to go in, pick and choose different browser sources, swap stuff out, and just get really confused. This makes it so seamless and easy. If you want to check out Own Pro for yourself, do head to the link in description and you can get a massive 50% off by using code xTwoShoes at the checkout. Now, let's talk about some stuff you all streamers should stop doing because it's stupid. What accent was that? Y'all streamers better stop doing this, otherwise XTwoShoes gonna get annoyed. One thing that I didn't think that streamers actually did, but a lot of them seem to do, is put their VODs behind a paywall. If you are a new streamer who's starting out or trying to, get going, and obviously you're saving your VODs on your Twitch channel, don't put them behind a paywall. I realized this was a problem that when I do my YouTube streams here on Monday, which will be coming back soon, don't worry. A lot of the time I do stream reviews on those. And I've had a couple of people send me their stream to review and I try to watch their VODs and it tells me that their VODs are for subscribers only. I've encountered this quite a worrying amount of times. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh cool, like I want to give this as a privilege for people. The thought process there just doesn't really work. You're thinking to yourself like, oh, people might pay because they want to watch my VODs. No, nobody's going to do that. Nobody wants to pay for your VODs. Make your VODs free and accessible. That way, if somebody happens upon your stream from something like TikTok or whatever, they checked out your channel trailer, they've checked out your page as a whole, they might want to click on one of your VODs and see what you're like as a streamer. They can't do that if those VODs are behind a paywall. I'm gonna make a bet here. Leave me a comment down below if you've ever subscribed to somebody that you've never heard of just to watch their VODs. I guarantee I will not see a single comment that says yes. And just to expand on the VODs thing, having like an archive YouTube channel to upload your VODs to is a fine idea. If you want to, save all your VODs in one place, you can go back a couple of months and watch your old VODs or give them to your community through that way to watch. That's completely fine and you're well within your right to do that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But understand that that does not mean that you are creating discoverable content. There's a lot of people who seem to mistake creating discoverable content on YouTube with just simply uploading to YouTube. Discoverable content means something that's searchable or easily discoverable. Putting a 3-hour VOD out onto the internet isn't discoverable, right? Nobody's gonna watch 3 hours of someone they've never heard of. I've said it before. So just think about it. It's a completely fine thing to do, but if you're doing that, I'm wondering why that they're not getting thousands of views or translating into Twitch follows for you. It's because it's not discoverable content. If you're trying to use that as a means to grow your channel, know that it is not the case. All right, bad promo incentive idea number 2. We've talked about it before on this channel, and it's still something that I see so much. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think as one man on the internet, I'm going to change this from happening, but maybe the more we talk about it, the more people will realize that it just doesn't work. Self-promo or backhand self-promo, or what I like to call backhand self-promo, which I'll talk about in a second. Literally daily, I'd say I have to go in and remove comments on these YouTube videos of people who will just flat out post their link in comment section. People need to realize that this is not a means to gain viewership or followers. It just doesn't work. Nobody's going to just follow you because you've posted your link somewhere, be it allowed or not allowed, and you've told them to follow you. By you doing that and expecting people to watch you, you're insulting not only the person's content who you've commented on, but also the people that you expect to watch that content because you think they're dumb enough to go watch you. Secondly, backhand self-promotion. This is when somebody's trying to be a little bit self-aware and maybe saying something like, oh, I stream as well, or like they're in your chat and they're saying things like, oh, I'm about to stream, gotta go, or like, I'm just streaming, or I just finished my stream, or I just whatever. Just basically talking about their stream or the fact that they're a streamer in your chat without you knowing them. This is completely fine if you know the streamer. Like there's plenty of streamer friends that I have who would come in my chat, mention they finished their streams, or I would talk about my stream, and that's completely fine because we have an understanding, we're friends. But if you're just somebody who's come in and we've never heard from you before and you start talking about your stream, it's very clear that the reason you're doing that is because you want people in the chat to go and look at you and check you out as a streamer. This is awful, right? This is nearly just as bad as just flat out posting your link. In my opinion, I'd rather you did that, because that way, you know, I don't have to have an awkward back and forth. What this says to the streamer, if you do this to people, is that you have no respect for them and you don't actually care about how they are or their stream or how it's going. You're just there to try and, you know, steal some of their viewers over to your platform. So you don't actually care about them as a streamer. You don't want to engage with their content. You're just there because you identify that person as they have viewers that I want. It's kind of insulting to the streamer at times because they're working hard trying to build their own thing, you know, and they don't need it to be taken away from them. Not that it would work anyway, but that's how it makes the streamer feel. It makes the streamer uncomfortable, awkward at times. Don't do it. Don't be that person. Now, the third part of this segment is what I call the backhand self-promo. You're going a little bit more methodical from just backhand self-promoing. Now you're backhanding, right? So what this is when somebody is talking not necessarily about their stream, but maybe just streaming or being a streamer or touching on it in some way. And the thing is, it's very clear that they have an agenda, right? Especially in my chat, there's a lot of streamers who watch me and they're all amazing people and they're all great and amazing and I love them and they're brilliant. And we have a lot of discussions on my streams about streaming, right? It's because of the content I make here on YouTube and because some of the conversations we have on my live stream on Twitch, the conversation does go there. And we can all have a healthy conversation about that. It's very understood that no one's promoting themselves. It's just a nice conversation. But this doesn't happen necessarily in my chat, but I've seen it happen in other people's chats. So somebody will come along and maybe the conversation that's happening in the live stream isn't necessarily about streaming, but they'll try and twist the conversation to be there so that they eventually can talk about the fact that they're a streamer. It's conversation about something, but you can tell that that person has an agenda. You can tell that that person's aim of the game here is to ultimately gain followers or viewers from this conversation. Normally this starts with somebody who comes in and they say, oh, I'm really down as a content creator because I don't have any followers and all this kind of thing. And they'll go on and people in chat will try and help them because they're always good-hearted people. But then it will turn around to, oh, well, if I just had 5 more followers, then it becomes backhand self-promo, right? You don't want to do that. You want to grow organically. I know it takes time. I know it's hard. I know it's just soul destroying at times. Trust me, I've been there. But it's all the more gratifying when it happens for you when you earn those followers. It takes time. Don't compare yourself to the people who did what you did in a week when you spent a year doing that. You know, that's okay. Going about it that way or trying to just throw your link everywhere, it just isn't the right answer. So all I'm saying is, if you're talking about being a streamer in someone else's chat, mostly that's fine if the conversation is there anyway. But ask yourself this, are you genuinely engaging in the conversation or do you have an agenda? Let's talk about places that self-promo are actually allowed. I myself have a self-promo section for streamers on my Discord. Now, people always ask me why I never link my Discord in the description of my videos. You'll actually find it's down there now. You want to join it, you can. If you're joining it and you want to hang out and have some fun and talk with the community, absolutely fine. We are more than happy to have you. However, if you just want to join it and post in the self-promo section, there's an application that you have to go through. They open every 3 months. I didn't want to have to do that, but that's literally to combat all the people who join my Discord and just spam their links in the self-promo section. It's also more beneficial for the streamers that actually get to post there because it's not just link spam. Like, it's people that actually have earned, in my opinion, the right to post there. And it's a good time. It's a great way to highlight streamers in the community. A lot of Discords and a lot of places on the internet allow for self-promo sections. What I'm saying here is, if you do come across somewhere online that's allowing you to post your link, don't just post your link and that's it. What just posting your link is the equivalent to is, say, Sony bringing out a new console, and instead of putting the picture of a console on a billboard, they just put the Sony logo. People aren't gonna care, really. They want to see what the product is. They want to get an inkling into what it looks like or how it is or what it does. So if you're posting your link somewhere, don't just post your link, or don't just post live now, come say hey. Think about something you could put there, something funny, some sort of hook to put people in. Is it a question? Is it like a silly saying? Is it a riddle? Is it just something that you could put along with your link that might separate you from probably a lot of other people that are posting in this same place you're posting? Give yourself a little bit of an edge over the competition. Perhaps you could add a picture to your post, a video to your post. I see that a lot. People on Twitter, when they tweet they're going live, instead of just posting that they're live on their link, they add a little video being like, hey guys, I'm live now. Check me out at the link above. It's a good time. And even something as simple as that separates you from all the other people. If you follow a lot of streamers on Twitter, you'll probably just see a load of link spam all the time. Try do things like that. I see it a lot of time in my own self-promo section on my Discord that people have now started to post little funny things or explaining what they're going to do that day along with their link. And it's great to see. It's way more clickable than the people that just post their link. So consider doing that if there is somewhere that you post your link. This next one is to do with sub count. A lot of streamers have sub goals, me included, on their channel. I have a monthly sub goal, I've said this before. There's nothing inherently wrong with what I'm about to say, and I'm not trying to like flame anybody or, you know, say that it's wrong, but this is just my opinion on the matter. So you see a lot of streamers who have sub goals, they put up like at the top left of the screen, they might have their sub count, which will say 100 out of 150, which means that they want to get to 150 subs, which is completely fine. A lot of people are very transparent and honest with their community about their sub count. They're showing that where they want to be. But what I'm saying is, I feel like those incentives don't work as good unless you have an actual goal that you want to give. A lot of streamers will kind of have things they'll do when they hit the number, they'll talk about it on stream. They don't have to plaster all over the stream. There is other streamers that once they hit that 150, they'll go into OBS and they'll edit the bit of text and it will just say 150 out of 180. And then when it hits to 180, they'll go 180 out of 200 and so on and so on and so on. You just keep bumping it up. It's way more incentivizing for your community to subscribe to you if you're offering something in return, be that a 12-hour stream, be that like you dress up as something funny, whatever, just something fun or creative that you could think of to give back to your community when you hit your sub goal. A lot of those times those numbers are pretty big and it's a big deal when you hit them. So think about giving your audience something back. I see it a lot on Twitter now, and people in their tweeting if they're going live, they'll be like, hey, we're live playing whatever, and they'll put 100 out of 110 subs. Can we get 110 today in the tweet? Hang on, you're asking for subs in your tweet before you've even gone live and done any content deserving of money? I don't know, this makes no sense to me. It's like, is somebody really gonna see that tweet and say, oh God, they're only 10 subs away from their goal. They've tweeted about it, so I better go gift them 10 subs. I don't think so. Don't put it in your tweet. You know, it's okay to have on your stream. Don't be putting it in your go live tweets and all that kind of stuff. It just comes across as beggy in my opinion. If you can, where you can, give back to your audience. Anyway, this seems like a great place to put in Dan's silly clip of the week. Here's an extra silly clip because you didn't get one last week. Insert Dan's silly clip of the week. I was joking, it's over here. Paint shaking ASMR. Wait for it. Okay, that just sounds awfully wrong. Okay, nope, not doing that again. Wow, what a beautiful silly clip. Thank you all for watching. More at twitch.tv/xTwoShoes 4 days a week. Talking about sub goals, this brings me on to our next point. Degrading goals, okay? Please don't do this to yourself, right? You are a streamer, yes, there is a certain expectation that what you're doing is being silly on the internet for money, but that doesn't mean you have to be degrading. I've been around Twitch a lot during my week off, just watching random streams, trying to find some new cool streamers to watch. And I've seen so many sub goals that are just mind-blowing. I saw one guy and he was like, eating dog food at 20 subscribers. Buddy, you don't have to eat dog food. Come on, please don't eat dog food live on the internet. Yeah, there's certain things that streamers do, like myself included. I've done the spicy challenges, I've eaten the Bean Boozled beans, but that's not necessarily, I don't think, degrading. You know, like I saw one other dude the other day and he had a bits reward for eating, I don't know what he called it, but it was his foot shavings. So if you paid him enough bits, this guy would shave his feet and then eat it. Stop it, please stop. Your community are gonna support you. They're an amazing group of people and they're a very supportive group of people. And they will support you with things like subs and bits, should they feel you're deserving for them, or should they be enjoying what you're doing and want to, you know, help you out. Don't get in the habit of doing these things for money that is just like making you look silly on the internet. I don't want to watch anyone eat their foot shavings, but there's certain people out there who like won't necessarily care about you as a person and want to make you do those things. Don't do that. Don't get in the habit of selling yourself short for a quick buck. So I'm just saying, think about your sub goals. Don't do anything dumb. Don't do anything to put yourself in danger that might harm you, like eat your feet. Have a bit of respect for yourself. If you are tweeting or putting out on Instagram that you're going live or any other social media, flesh it out a bit. I spoke about this earlier in the video, but put a little bit more detail into those tweets. Don't just post the link with something that says come say hi. Put a bit of you into it. If people are following you on social media, they're following you because they want an insight into who you are. Your Twitter or Instagram should not be just filled with your link. Should be an insight into you. Open up to your community. That's why they're following you there in the first place. Not everything you post has to be related to your stream. They want to get to know you as a personality and you as a human being, right? That's why streaming is so cool, because you get to have that connection with your audience. They want that. So definitely think about like fleshing out your tweets or videos or whatever you're putting out with a bit more of your own personality. It's half the reason I don't script these videos, because I want it to be more natural. I want you guys to get to know me. I want this to feel like we're having a conversation. I had one person comment before who said my videos are like being in a coffee shop talking to me, which I thought was awesome. Don't be afraid to put more of your personality out there on socials instead of just tweeting that you're live. You'll see a lot more of an engagement rate or a lot more of response if you start to put a little bit more you out there. All right, finally, I want to leave you with this. This is my like kind of sign off thought. Maybe you've done some of the things that I've said not to do in this video and you've seen success with them. That's completely fine. You don't have to follow blindly what I say. Everything I say on this channel is just my opinion, and stuff that I've personally seen success with. Doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but these are just little tips that I like to give. By no means am I an authority on the subject. If you're doing some of these things and you're like, hey, no, Dan, you're wrong, absolutely tell me. I'd love to know. Leave it in a comment. I'd like to know about it. But personally, what I think about anything I'm doing on stream where I see it's an incentive or some sort of marketing ploy or anything I'm kind of doing on the stream, one question I always ask myself is, where is the value I'm offering? So for example, if I have a sub goal, what's the value I'm offering back to my chat if they help me hit this sub goal? If I'm doing a long stream or a big event on the stream, where is the value in that event for my viewers? You constantly want to have your viewers in your thought process. You can't just kind of trust blindly that whatever you're going to do, people are going to get on board with because they're your followers or they're your community. You have to offer them value consistently in order to keep them around and have them grow with you as an audience as you grow as a content creator, right? That's my final thought. If you have an idea, if you have a plan, if you have a new idea for a goal or for an incentive for your stream, ask yourself that when you come up with the idea. Where is the value I'm offering? How am I offering value? That's gonna just about do it for us today, everybody. I hope you had a good time watching this video. If you did, please leave a like on it. 1 like equals 1 pair of Crocs that I can buy. If you really enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. On our way to 7,000 subscribers, which is absolutely wild. So please subscribe now if you enjoyed the video. Lots of links down below and other ways to support me, Patreon and the like. So if you feel like checking those out, do. If you don't, don't. Lastly, don't forget to catch me live on twitch.tv/xTwoShoes 4 days a week. Have amazing weeks on your streams. Hope you create amazing content this week. If you don't worry about it. Next week's a new one. Peace out. Much love. What the hell is that? Bye.